No. That was the other incident. That was the incident where the Miami Heat fell on that dog. You're thinking of the incident 2, which was based on the Game Boy that blew up in that airport.
Yeah, Nick, you don't remember when that basketball
Miami
team...
Heat, the whole just like the 5 active, like the.
Well, I mean, the 5 active players plus a couple bench players and the coach and the assistant coach.
Yes,
they fell
Wigwam
together on one dog.
You didn't watch the HBO series?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
I mean, it was bigger than a medium-sized dog. I mean, it was a husky. It was the Miami Heat's husky.
Man,
it wasn't a big dog, but it was bigger than a medium-sized dog.
I mean, it was not the size of 2 medium-sized dogs, but it was at least the size of a medium-sized dog with a small dog attached to the medium-sized dog's head.
That tells me is it was a medium and a large, but not. It was Schrödinger's dog, basically, is what we're dealing with.
Well, I mean, the dog didn't die, but he was very hurt.
Okay.
He had to have one of his legs amputated.
Explain to me how did the Heat fall on the dog?
Banana peel.
Give me explain it to me like I'm an idiot. Explain it to me like you're not an idiot and I am an idiot. How did the whole Miami Heat... Explain to me step by step what went down.
I mean, you remember Michael Jordan in the 90s. I mean, that's why they called him the prankster in chief. They called him your royal smoochness.
I mean, mostly they called him the prankster in chief.
Your royal smoochness. Michael Jordan.
That was less popular than prankster in chief. Neither of which was great. Like, I think prankster in chief was...
I mean, that's why Nike named that shoe after him, Eric Gallagher's.
So explain to me, walk me through how the Miami Heat fell on that dog.
So it was the Bulls in their heyday. So obviously the Bulls were crushing.
Wait, was it the Bulls or the Heat?
Well, the Bulls were involved because Michael Jordan was the culprit, allegedly.
No, the Bulls were in Heat, just like the dog.
All right. So
not that it has anything to do with it.
Super horned up, right? Is that
so? So it's halftime, and the Heat are walking back, and Jordan, being the prankster he was, has a banana peel set in that walkway to the changing locker room.
Okay, I'm not trying to...
area.
This is not a cross-interrogation, but how big was this banana peel? Just wondering.
I mean, it was not the size of 2 medium-sized banana peels. It was more like one medium-sized banana peel with 6 small banana peels on the edge of each peel.
Did you say sick?
6.
Oh, I heard sick.
All right. They were pretty sick,
it was
though.
one sick... I mean, by any prank standard, it was one sick banana peel, but...
Cool.
I mean, that gets into, like, joke legality.
Let's not go there. Let's just talk about what happened next.
So, the Heat were walking back, and they weren't paying attention because they were being beaten so mercilessly, and then famous player for the Miami Heat at the time that everyone would know about...
We'll add it in after the fact, don't worry.
LeBron James.
No, this was like the early 90s.
Oh,
this
okay.
Was probably
baby LeBron
it wasn't
James.
LeBron. It was probably more like
Get off Wikipedia
garlic.
right now.
It was probably garlic.
Get off Wikipedia.
Garlic?
It was probably garlic the swingman Stan. Garlic Stan.
Oh, I remember him. He was actually the player from Garlic Stan. That's
right. They called him the spiciest player in Miami.
No, they called him Swing. You just said his nickname was Swingman.
I mean, you remember how the 90s were? Everyone had multiple nicknames.
Seemingly. Michael Jordan had 2. Garlic had 2.
Clinton had like 4.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so...
Clinton, the basketball player.
I feel like somehow... You keep ending up off the rails. So they're dejected because they're getting their butts handed to them.
Are they holding hands when they're walking back? Because, I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, but they all fall.
I mean, this was the 90s. It was an age of sensitivity. Men were free to comfort each other. That was just the way things were done. It wasn't an era of uber masculinism. People were huggers at the time, even in the NBA.
Okay, back to the story, though, because we're once again somehow veering... away.
So the Heat are walking back to the room, and the dog is there.
The dog is there.
the dog is there, and one thing led to another.
No! Stop! Hold on. So MJ in a point at insult to injury.
No. one thing led to another is another player for the Miami Heat. And one thing led to another, sees the dog and goes towards him. Because, when you're sad, you try and cheer up with a dog. And he steps on Jordan's peel, and he goes, whoa. And since he's wearing the signature Air
shoes
that allow for good jumping, Air Gallagher, sorry, his whole body twists, and because the whole Miami Heat are hugging him, everyone in the Heat twists onto each other, and they all fall onto the dog.
That's the only reason the dog survived is because they had so much torque. There was so much spin on him after stepping on Jordan's peel. Which is, by the way, way better than Dawson's Creek. I was not a Dawson's Creek kid. I was
you were a Jordan's Peel guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was a real onion.
So we hit the climax. What happened? Did they come back to win? Did they get motivated?
No. The game ended automatically. The Miami Heat were hind.
Automatically
hinded.
They're more like automatically hounded. Because they fell on a dog.
And that's how you know the rest of the...